Welcome to another episode of eBay Scavengers. This is episode number 39 on ebayscavengers.com. This is Ryan. I'm here with Jay.
Hello, Ryan.
Hello. And we are talking about what's going on in our store this week. So, number one, I will say, we sold a piece of furniture, which is a big deal.
Yep, we just started. We're going to go in the furniture business now.
Oh, boy. Yeah. Well, yeah, it was cool. Someone gave us an offer on a piece of furniture. They live about 3 hours away or something.
Right. I mean, we talked about this, it's before. We go to these auctions and we normally buy, smaller items, things we can, ship ourselves. And we started to notice that these pieces of furniture were being sold for so cheap because no one wanted to buy them because, they have too much stuff in their house already. It's a pain in the butt to get out of the auction house.
Yeah.
So we actually bought this really nice piece of furniture for a couple $100. And,
so it's like a wardrobe,
Yeah, and we actually bought it for ourselves. Turned out it didn't fit in our house, so we decided to sell it on eBay, and we did a local pickup, and someone actually bought it within a week. So I guess the only pain in the butt now is we're trying to organize when this guy is going to come and pick it up because he lives 3 hours away.
Yeah, that's the tough thing. And we've been traveling on the weekends doing other things, so we're trying to coordinate with this guy.
And this is the first time we've ever done this on eBay. I mean, we actually gave the guy our phone number, so I've actually been talking to him on the phone. Mm. So it's becoming more like a Craigslist kind of sale where you're talking on the phone and organizing it. But
and the other thing too is arranging payment. So we've been saying cash instead of PayPal. Right. Which we could do PayPal, but then if you can do cash, there's less fees.
But I think with local pickup, it seems like it feels, again, more like a Craigslist sale where, he wants to come and see it if he likes it, and then he'll give us cash in hand and, instead of him paying ahead of time and thinking we're sketchy.
That's true. It's like he's paid ahead, and what if it's not there and we never call him again or something? Yeah, I guess so.
But that's good for us is because we do have enough storage where we could store a small amount of furniture. And, if we can buy things for under $100 and sell them for $500,
that's a great profit.
I like that. And being scavengers, that's what it's all about, is finding the items that other people don't want to deal with or don't think are valuable, and then you kind of see that opportunity and grab it.
Yeah, and with furniture, it's all about storage. I mean, Jay wishes we had a huge barn in our backyard and we could just be hoarding furniture because I found there's this one that I always talk about. It's this 1800s oak ornate headboard for a bed, like a full-size bed. It's beautiful. It's gorgeous. I got it for $10 at an auction because everyone was like, I don't want it. And I wish I could use it, but I don't have enough beds. And I totally want to sell it on eBay because it's just so gorgeous. And I know I'll make a profit, a big profit.
We're going to sell it.
We're going to sell it. We just have to go get it out of one of our sheds.
So that was exciting for us. And then we also sold some art.
Yes, we had these, it was this triptych painting that was 3 big pieces. They're called a Letterman. It's this 1970s paintings that were done. If you look them up on eBay, Letterman. I think you could buy them at Macy's or JCPenney or something.
Back in the 70s and 80s,
where it was you'd buy this couch and then there's this painting that goes with it. And it in a way you look at it, you're man, that thing's ugly. But at the same time, it's amazing.
It's op art.
Art. Yeah, it's op art, very geometric, graphic. They're very cool. I think they're very cool.
But I found them in a basement because I love buying art because it's a thing that a lot of people skip over when you go to junk shops or even Goodwills. People don't really go for that. And I found it in the basement of a junk shop, and I bought them for $5, all 3 of them together. And then we sold them for $2.25?
We took it off I had them up for $4.99, just kind of high, just to see. And we got an offer of $2.25, and we were yes, let's get them out of our house.
Yep. Yeah, I mean,
So.
that's the example of why it's good to do fixed price with buy it now, because, you kind of put it up at what you dream about, and then you kind of wait for the offers to come in. And we had this up for, I don't know,
while,
6
6
months or something. So we're happy for a $225 offer. And this is also another example of, about packing. So we normally pack everything ourselves, but these were really big and they're delicate. So we actually took them down to a mailbox, etc. place.
You had them packed.
Had them pack it. Cost $30, and what we did is we just put that cost into the shipping price, because
that's the handling charge. Yeah,
right.
Yeah. So I think also customers who are buying artwork, and I find that customers who buy artwork a lot of times are in LA or New York. This person was in San Diego. But it costs a lot to ship a big painting across the country. It costs about $100. So adding $30 onto that is not a big deal for someone who wants to make sure it gets there safely.
And this person actually, after they bought it and we sent them the invoice, they actually did ask us why it seemed kind of expensive to ship, and we just wrote out a note explaining that we had it professionally packed, it's going to have insurance on it, and it's going across the country.
And it's oversized.
And you know what they said? They were like, okay, great. I've been getting stuff it's broken, so that sounds good.
Yeah.
So, I think as long as you're transparent and you explain things, people are cool with that.
So one thing I wanted to just add, there was an article about this, and there's a person in England who bought a piece of artwork by Andy Warhol that was done when Andy Warhol was a little kid. Supposedly, a lot of people are disputing it, but he's like, it's genuine, I've had it checked out. And he's selling it on eBay. And he bought it at a yard sale in Las Vegas for $3.
This is Ryan's dream that one day we're going to find something.
His starting bid is $1.5 million. Now, I was looking at the auction last night because I think it ended last night. I should double check this. Actually, let me do that on my phone right now. His estimated price of sale is $2.5 million. And my question was to several of us who are on an email list, what are the fees on eBay versus Christie's or another big high-end auction place? Because I was like, why did he put it on eBay? Why didn't he sell it at Christie's?
Oh, I mean, like an auction house would sell it. I mean, they would probably take 25%.
25 to 30%.
So,
and eBay it would only be 15% or something like that.
Right. Well, plus it's about 18% after PayPal and the eBay fees.
Oh, okay. Well, I guess that's pretty...
I think just with selling on eBay with something like that, it would be, if someone buys it for whatever, $2 million, just getting it to them, making sure they pay. I mean, someone could put in a fake bid and then you got to start over again.
Right.
I mean, at least an auction house, they have all that stuff kind of organized.
Yeah.
But anyway, that's Ryan's dream. It's like the person that goes to the Vegas all the time, hoping they're gonna cash in. Yeah.
So the other thing too, I wanted to say about artwork real quick is they started selling artwork on Amazon.com. So that's just a side note. But there's a Monet painting on Amazon.
Yeah. I mean, obviously that kind of stuff sells, but the reason why Amazon is selling art now is that there is a growing market of people that want to buy affordable art. They don't want to go to IKEA and just buy the prints that everyone else has on their walls. They want to buy something cool, and that's why those of us who are scavengers, I'm always seeing it at flea markets. Paint by numbers, old oil paintings by amateurs, but they look cool,
Right.
Embroidered, kind of artwork, a farmhouse kind of stuff. I
mean, we do well with our artwork. We do well with just kitschy, stuff that we find at the flea markets and stuff that is just one of a kind.
Yep.
We do quite well with that.
So a couple people that have been writing in, we get a lot of questions recently about, should people open an eBay store? It's versus just having an eBay account and just selling kind of randomly. Should they actually pay the subscription fee per month? we found eBay has like an actual calculator where you can put in how much you think you're going to sell and how many things you're going to have in at your store, and then it will tell you what the fees would be and what store level you should have. So we're going to post that link on this blog post.
Yeah.
So you can
so
just
that's
try
helpful.
that out.
I mean, we kind of did that on our own, but it's cool that they have a calculator.
Right.
That makes a lot of sense.
And then the other thing was, it's been talked about in other blogs, but eBay put out their fall updates, and the good thing for sellers, it seemed like it's one of the first times like everything's kind of positive for us sellers instead of like higher fees. But if you're a top rated seller now, and if you 1 month fall below the 90% shipping time, you then have 2 months to get back up to 90%, and you won't lose your top-rated seller status.
So they're giving you a grace period.
Right.
So like people like us who travel, actually I wanted to clarify this too. A lot of times when we're traveling, it's for our other work besides eBay. So we're not just like going to Paris, like we're doing another job. Like someone asked us, when you travel, that costs money. So are you making enough with the stuff you scavenge to pay for that? But mostly our travel is for our other job.
Right, yeah. I mean, we don't actually go on these trips just to buy eBay because really,
yeah,
we find more than we can sell just in an hour from our home. I mean, that's
right.
but yeah, like it's Ryan says, we travel for other reasons, and while we're out there, we're scavenging as well, and it's kind of a fun way to, learn about a town.
Yeah.
And then,
although we are making money on our store while we're traveling. There's no doubt about that.
Yep. So actually, it was Glenn that asked its question about the traveling, and he also asked its question, and that is, how do you get the cha-ching sound on your phone? Because we've talked about that before. It's a thing that Mikey taught us. If you use the eBay app on your phone, and we have an iPhone, but I'm sure it works the same on an Android. Anytime something sells, you get that cash register sound, and the way that you do it is you open up the app, you go to the home page, and then you scroll down to the bottom, and it's
go to
settings, and then you have the notifications, and you just turn them all on you turn on the sounds for if something sells.
Yeah, so, and then you also, I think there's a 2-step process. So in your iPhone home screen, when you go to settings, that little gear icon, click on notifications and make sure eBay is turned on as well. Like you have little banners and you can turn the sounds on. So I think there's 2 steps to it. But it's so funny because we've been selling for years on eBay, and then we were hanging out with Mikey and we kept hearing this noise, and we're like, what is that? He's like, it's the eBay app.
But it's very valuable too. We have the app make a noise if someone has a question or puts in an offer, and we also have a noise when someone actually pays. So if we accept an offer and then they finally pay, so Ryan knows when
That's through PayPal, but yeah,
ship it. Yeah,
and the one thing you want to do is when you're at a flea market or an auction or a thrift store, put your phone on silent.
Yeah.
Because if you're standing there trying to bargain with someone and your phone's going cha-ching, cha-ching, you're just like, oh boy. So every time before we walk into a thrift store, we go, phone's on silent.
That's right. Okay, so we're going to wrap this up. It is the beginning of August now, and I just want to remind everyone that Christmas time is coming.
Right. It doesn't seem like it, but be listing for that time.
Our best time to sell is September through December.
Yep.
So that's when we make our most money. That's why we've been trying to list like crazy this summertime, even though it's been relatively slow, like everyone complains about. It will not be soon. So
the last week has been not slow, which is good.
So be the ant and not the grasshopper, and spend this month And, if you have any kind of a winter clothes, put that up now.
Yep.
And get
sweaters, jackets.
Get ready to go.
Yep.
Okay, so the next episode, we're actually interviewing a couple from Australia. We're super excited.
We woke up at 6 a.m. to do the interview.
Yeah, because it's a 14-hour time difference, and they emailed us through the blog, and amazingly, it sounds like it's the exact same in Australia as it is here with how they thrift and scavenge.
They go to auctions and do box lots, which is something that we do too. So,
yep.
Yeah, it's kind of cool. So, listen to the next podcast for the Australian interview.
Okay, I'm going to go to sleep. Bye.
Okay, time for a nap. Bye.